Y'all, this is Black Light. I hope the day was peaceful. It's about going on 2:30. I'm out here waiting on my grandson to make his appearance so we can go home and go over some of his homework. We're still talking about that black woman. And we have to have training on money. We got to know what money is, what fake money is, what real wealth is. See, you hear people say consumers, you know. They call the masses of the people in the United States consumers. That means all we do is consume. We don't produce nothing no more. Manufacturing and whatnot, they spread that all around the world because the cost of living here in America has gone up so high due to inflation that when we get that cost of living in our checks, it barely, you barely have something left over. But they had that slave labor over there in different countries, China, Asian countries and African countries and what they call third world countries, Mexico, whatever. They'll work for a week for $5. But the cost of living is not high as ours. So it ends up being about the same amount, they call them sweatshops over there. You don't hear much talk about that. Each generation, they talk about finance lesser and lesser, And at the same time, they raising the cost to go to college. So it's hard for us to save money for the children to go to college with, So we're going to be hitting up on that money, and we're not going to go into detail by detail, but we're going to gloss over it and try to give you a general idea of how the money got you trapped in a certain frame of mind. And women, you know, they don't mind spending money. And when a long time ago, the men of the house, they used to uh, conserve more than the woman, and they knew how to regulate the money. Now this was back in the 40s and 50s, and you know, you didn't see them too much going into debt. They would pay their bills, man. They would pay their bills, and most of the time, they would buy houses. And the houses back in those days, 25 grand. Here in Detroit, you got the most single dwelling homes in America. Good homes that you would pay $1 million for in Los Angeles and in New York, because the cost of living in New York and Los Angeles, you know, off the charts, you know. And we don't have that many high rises and projects here in Michigan or in Detroit. So they set out to destroy the housing base up here. There's no more manufacturing like it once was. It's hard for you to get in the plant now. Hard for you to get in the factory now. You know, factories now, they start off at $15 an hour on the line, you know, line work. And that's not really a whole lot of money compared to the cost of living, but it's middle class, what they call middle class. But the super rich or the wealthy ones, their wealth is hand-me-down wealth. It's passed down through generations to generation. They call that old money. And they the ones that control the flow of that dollar. They the ones that build cities, whatever. So we black people, we lost, especially here in Detroit, we lost our spot. We got a Caucasian mayor, and he getting his people back in power, because Mayor Coleman Young, you know, he had us in power until he died. Then they sent the coon in, Dennis Archer, and then here come Kwame Kilpatrick, excuse me. And we all know he didn't have no game. He didn't have no game, but he knew the game. But he didn't have no game. So he doing time. So now we got now Dave Veen, you know, he a coon. He was in that plantation basketball. So although he ran his own businesses, You know, he didn't make no noise here as far as helping the brothers and sisters out here. On a small scale, it could have been on a large scale. But he only did what they allowed him to do. So we're gonna close this one down, come back, talk some more about this, how the money flows really. That's what we're gonna name this. No, we're gonna name this one Consumers. Black Light out.